Yo, what's up? My name's Evan. I'm 22 years old. I'm a photographer and a videographer, and I'm from Perth, Western Australia. I thought I'd jump on here in front of the camera for the first time in a long while, sort of just to introduce myself. I've come more and more to the realization that my account is a little bit of a faceless account, which I've been okay with for a long time, but I know there's a lot of benefits behind building more of a personal brand and just having a little bit more authenticity behind the pretty photos and videos that you guys probably know me for. Over the past 2 years, I've been blessed enough to grow a bit of an audience on my social platforms, probably where most of you guys have ended up on this account, whether you know me or not. Much love to you all. Is from these sorts of videos.
Wanna be with you, just love me. If I didn't ride blade on her, would you still love me?
You may have seen them, you may not have seen them. Some of them are pretty old now, and I still managed to get one up that does all right now and again. But that's probably where you know me from. You probably don't know my face unless you know me, and I was okay with that for a long while. I was didn't really treat it as an identity. It was more just of a means to an end. And over the past 6 months to a year, it's transitioned from me making cool videos when I come home from work, because I lived in some really cool places around the world. I'll talk more about that going forward. And it sort of transitioned into, wow, I can actually make some decent money from this. I'll probably waffle on for a little bit. I'm not sure whether this is going to be a longer video or a short one. I don't really know how this takes shape just yet. I've just driven from Perth all the way up to Exmouth. I think it was about 13-14 hours. And I just felt like it would be a good time to jump in front of the camera and actually document a little bit about what I'm doing in my life right now. I know in times where I've sort of pushed my comfort zones a little bit, that's been where I've had the most growth, and it's usually something that you're not really that comfortable doing. And this has been another one of those things, actually just standing in front of the camera for a change and just spewing out some words and seeing where it happens, because more often than not it'll resonate with someone, and if not, it'll resonate with myself in 10 years time, I'm sure, or I can have a laugh at myself, one or the other. So yeah, I'm sort of on here for those reasons. I'll probably jump and change and tell a bit of a story in a few different destinations, but for now it is good to be on the little screen. It's good to have a new setup. I just recently bought some toys, including this new Z6 III with a wide angle on it, and I am stoked to learn it. I'm still kooking out. I've been using some of the older models for a long while, and I also got a new MacBook M4 Pro, which I'm stoked about because the uni laptop that I was hustling really could not keep up, and so it was time for a change. But a few new toys, they've all been thrown in the car and they've all come up to Exmouth with me. I've got about a month up here with nothing really planned. I've got some friends up here, so it'll be good to see some of those guys. Yeah, that's basically me at the moment. I might dig deeper into a few of these things in due course, but I appreciate every one of you being around and watching this. Shout out to the 13 views on YouTube if it ends up there. Hi mom, and watch the space. Love you guys. Peace. Holy shit, does my voice actually sound like that?
Got a girl selling more things better than I do. And I'm dying to figure out what she's hiding. She's playing it cool, but she's lying better than I do.
So 3 days have already passed since I first got up to Exmouth. Time kind of flies, it moves differently up here. I was lucky enough to get some awesome weather, which you might have just seen. We got a really nice glass off day, one day with some new friends, and then me and Jack headed out yesterday, and we found 3 whale sharks, which is a good tally, and the first whale sharks I've swam with in Australia. So it was really fun to get the housing out. Here's a few of my favourite shots. These are on the fisheye, so it's good to get the fins back on and put some work into the thread hole, because it's definitely
it's lacking a little bit at the moment. So it was nice to get back into the water. I also caught up with a few friends I haven't seen in a while, and the filming sort of took a back seat for a couple of days. But the weather's deteriorated a bit now, and I finally had a chance to piece together some of those videos.
I've sort of realised it's too long for Instagram, which I probably always thought it was going to be, but that made me have to dig into the password drawer and find the old YouTube channel, which has been gathering dust. And so I dug it out late last night, and I sat down and I watched some of the old videos that are sitting on that channel, because I have not used that in a very long time. Long form media, sort of tape it off, and as soon as I finished school I never really used that account, which is quite a few years ago. But it was pretty fun just reminiscing and sort of cringing at some of the stuff that's up there. We were high IQ kids. We'd climb bridges and jump off into unknown depths of water. I'll throw some of the clips up here, they're funny. We'd climb cell towers, fly my drone off the top of it, the first drone I ever bought. Or we'd be climbing buildings in the city, spraying fire extinguishers off the roof. Just really, really smart, sensible childhood behaviour. Shout out mum and dad if you've seen those ones. But no, it was fun. It was fun to watch them. I definitely thought about starting a new channel, starting fresh with this video perhaps. It crossed my mind a couple of times. But then when I really thought about it, even though I laugh and cringe and crease at the videos that are there, I also, on another level, kind of cherish that section of my life, being a kid and just filming whatever you guys were doing on the weekend and posting it for 50 views between you and your mates, and that was the core of it. So yeah, I think I really value that. So for now, I think I'm gonna awkwardly stack this video on top of those cinematic masterpieces, and I'm sure in a few years' time I'll be laughing, cringing at this one that I'm filming right now, full circle. So yeah.
It has been nearly 2.5 months since I've shared a piece of content on Instagram, other than my story, which has been the longest break I think I've had since I started sharing content consistently. 2 years plus. Which feels a bit weird. It wasn't my intention to just sort of disappear off the grid for a bit, but it happened. It happened as I was travelling back from over east in Australia and spent a bit of time at home. And to be honest, I thought during that time I'd gain a bit of clarity as to what my content would look like for this next little while. But that didn't really happen. I still have no real clue what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm now just gonna create and share what flows naturally for me at the moment, whilst placing an intention on being authentic and sort of just showing these rugged moments. Clips are going to be thrown together, chopped up, not polished, finished products, which I'm excited about doing as I attempt to build a little bit more of a personal brand on here. So yeah, I'm excited for that. You'll probably see more of this 16:9 ratio and this ugly mug, and a little bit less flashy, trendy, fast-paced audios and reels. But I'll make sure I get a little ocean therapy one up now and again. Stay tuned. Much love. Thank you guys to whoever watches this. I'm sorry.